Hello, and welcome to this unit on music. To start with, I have a question for you. Who is the Prime Minister of Ireland? Don't you know? Did you have to look it up on the internet? Okay, let's try an easier question. What is the name of the Irish guitarist who plays with Bono? Of course, the answer is the one and only The Edge. If you think about it, it's pretty amazing that people from all around the world find it easier to name pop stars than prime ministers. But that helps to give us an idea of just how powerful music really is. As you will hear later, some believe that music has the power to transcend social and cultural barriers, to move the world community to action, to ignite a global movement aimed at solving the most critical issues of our time. That's a quote, by the way. But what do you think? Is music really so powerful? When we look back in history, we can see that people have always enjoyed listening to music, and it's had a massive influence on our lives. It can unite or divide us, make us feel incredibly happy or extremely sad, and everything in between. However, the 21st century has seen a big change and made the power of music even stronger, as technology allows us to beam concerts all around the world via satellite and share our favourite music videos at the click of a button with YouTube. It's never been so easy. Back in the 1980s, a pioneering Irish pop star called Bob Geldof suggested using music to help the starving people in Africa. He got a group of his rock star friends together and formed Band Aid to sing the song Do They Know It's Christmas Time? Nobody really knew how successful it would be, because it was the first time that anything like this had taken place. They didn't need to worry. If you look for the video on YouTube, you should be able to spot a number of pop stars, such as George Michael, Sting and Bono, who guaranteed the success of Band Aid, although it might be a little difficult to recognize them, especially with their strange 80s haircuts. The pop stars and the enormous momentum of the project in the UK assured that it went on to earn millions of pounds and even won a political battle at the same time. Margaret Thatcher, or the Iron Lady as she was known, was the Prime Minister of the UK at the time and refused to remove the tax from the proceeds of the song. Margaret Thatcher was loved by some but hated by many, so, I'm very happy to say, she eventually gave in to public demand. UK United won, politicians nil. Band Aid dramatically increased awareness of the terrible situation in Africa. People started thinking about what they could do in order to help, and a new wave of high-profile charity events began. Not long after Band Aid and the Christmas song, Bob Geldof continued with the Aid theme and set up Live Aid. Live Aid was actually two concerts, one in London and one in Philadelphia in the United States. The idea was to have two mega concerts full of all the best pop stars performing simultaneously. It was another great success and raised over £150 million, which is impressive, especially if you think it was over 30 years ago. Live Aid was also impressive because it was one of the largest scale satellite link-ups and television broadcasts of all time. With an estimated 2 billion viewers across 60 countries watching the live broadcast, that's a lot of people. As usual with these things, after a while, the mass media stopped paying so much attention and the euphoria died down. The Aid franchise was forgotten about. Well, almost. 20 years after Live Aid, Bob Geldof was back and, once again, he played a fundamental role in bringing world problems back to the center stage. This time, the objective was to make poverty history, not only in Africa or third world nations, but also in European countries and the USA. The event was called Live 8 because there were 8 concerts in 8 different countries. It was no coincidence that those countries were all members of the G8, the most powerful nations in the world, nor that it was at that time of the G8 summit in Scotland, as their aim was to put pressure on the politicians to finally deal with the problem of poverty. Many of the original members of Band Aid and Live Aid met up again, this time looking a bit older but without the bad 80s haircuts. Apart from the event's popularity, on the 7th of July 2005, the G8 leaders pledged to double levels of aid to poor nations from $25 billion to $50 billion, though we will never know if they did this because of the concert, but my guess is it certainly helped. A few years later, in 2007, the charity concert was back, but this time it was supporting a different cause. Instead of Africa and poverty, the new hot subject for us all to look out for was climate change. The new event was called Live Earth and was founded in partnership with Al Gore. Apart from almost becoming the President of the United States, Al Gore is famous for his involvement in environmental issues, and he has even won the Nobel Peace Prize and Academy Award for his documentary An Inconvenient Truth. The documentary gives us a lot to think about, and if the predictions on climate change are true, then we really should start changing our habits and lifestyles. The various aid concerts over the years have undoubtedly had a profound influence on our awareness and attitude towards some massively important issues, and have helped to raise millions of dollars for good causes at the same time. They've also given us some great entertainment, so they definitely get my vote. What about yours? Well, I hope you enjoyed this unit, and I look forward to seeing you change the world. But even if you don't, I hope you have fun anyway, and in the meantime, ciao for now.